They don't let you do things. I love it. You got to be on live, camera on in your face in order to set the background. Like, don't you think that's something you do before you go online? I love social media. Hi, I'm Laverne the Shay, and I have a lot of opinions. Some are facts. I can't find my toothbrush because somewhere I couldn't find theirs. I've had my own places and apartments, but apparently someone thinks it's funnier for them to look me upside my head to inconvenience me and pretend that I'm the person that's causing them all their pain and unorganization. Just disorganized mentally, emotionally, physically. Oh, and then it's always my fault. I had to do something. I had to create that. It was my fault. That there are 3 bags full of toothbrushes someone has with the other, a condiment. What is it called? Who cares? Personal facts. And because they couldn't find a raggedy toothbrush, which I saw. But it was my fault, so now I can't find mine. And I don't have income. And this has happened over the years. I don't care what apartment I get, what house I get. Someone thinks that I'm their property and they have rights to just assume I did something and make me pay for it. So now I'm here in other people's houses, and now you're going to hear someone come in like a warden. You're too loud. Can never just be at myself. Just can't never be natural, but we're okay. This is Daily Divine Guidance 9774, and that's kind of what we're talking about today. Thugs. People that feel like everything God created is at their disposal. I am so sick of these new babies. I love y'all, but you're slow and you need to mind your business. You don't know anything. You don't hear anything. You ain't heard nothing. And you're always quick to jump on and just start chatting. And it's like, we need some age guidelines for some of this stuff. For those that are literally acquainted, not with the city mess, if you've been in the South or from the South at least 50 years ago, whether you were born, you are relative to it, you have relatives older than 50, you understand these racial videos when people are saying things. Now, I said this in another video. This is my opinion, but I know it's a fact, but we don't call it opinion. This country was tribal land, period. The whole country. It was full of Native Indians, whatever. And they had their own names, their own things going on. This is our land, okay? Chicago is, and Illinois is a big hotspot because people traveling from other places had easy access into the city. I mean, look at the water. It's a lake. It's a river. Call it what you want. But back in the day, I'm sure it received people on the shorelines, the water, off of the water. I'm sure people traveled. So when people came here, they instantly came here and thought, look at all the land, and ignored the people that were here. Killed them, poisoned them, made them sick, killed them. Some of the men took the women, I'm sure, married some, kept some as whatever, had kids. Those parents died, maybe got locked up, experimented on. They're Section 8. We're not going to call it a reservation no more. Let's call it Section 8 housing. And all the people that are new, that don't know the history, Yeah, they've been living for free. They need to get off. Yeah, little welfare queens. These are most likely the descendants of the Indians that were here. And those were their fathers or people that had a heart. We're not going to kill the kids. I mean, we stole their land. The least we can do is give them housing. There's a Section 3. I haven't freaking figured that out yet. But Section 8, I truly believe, and it doesn't matter your skin color. Again, if you are having children, which I believe one of these agencies have the files of all the children that were aged out. I'm going to say it's at least 3-4 generations now. I could be wrong. I'm going to say at least in the 60s. Maybe starting in the 60s. Now, even the Social Security number, it was just really to track your employment. They have linked it to your entire existence. They. Doesn't matter who they is. Come on. They have linked it to your entire existence. And it was not supposed to do that. But again, in the South, they wanted to keep track of people that didn't come from overseas. So it became even the employment verification, even and it is rightfully needed to protect companies and people from violent people or people that don't have discipline to be in certain settings. But just say like me, I'm just fabulous. I'm creative. Anything I go into, it instantly blows up and people want to block it. Oh, we need a way to track these successful people. We need to watch their money. We need to monitor their activity. They're slaves. They can't have all that freedom, right? They don't look like us. We have to watch them. Now, you came over here and took everything. Killed people's families. Killed all their whatever. Just took it. Threw the kids in some DCFS, DHS mess buildings where people don't even know these kids are there because it's so secretive and all these files. And who they got working to cover? A lot of black folks. Why? So you have all these kids for generations that were either in DCFS, foster care, some aged out and ended up in Section 8. These are most likely the kids or the descendants of natives. They don't call them reservations no more. They still got a few. Section 8. That's my opinion. Now, just from even history, people will just make up stuff. People lie, little kids. Well, we didn't see the video of the girl why she got fired. I mean, who cares? There shouldn't even be no big debate. The girl just gave her experience. Christ. And people can say whatever they want. This is systematic. It has been this way. And it needs to stop. These people, whoever they are, whenever they open their mouths and you know that you didn't do anything and you're telling people that, and you got clowns that are under 50, under 40. Well, I mean, we didn't see the whole story. We know that when someone is saying, there's no reason why I even, because it happens to me all the time. And most times they're always saying you stole it or you were not compliant. And again, this is where you get work verification. They used to be able to ask you why, call them and get it so they can gossip like they used to do back in the day. Look at the help. Oh, you don't want to obey me? You want to use my bathroom and I told you not to? Inhumane dog. Ugh. And you don't want to go to the outhouse because it's storming and it's thundering and it's muddy. You don't want to use the outhouse? Oh, so you're going to use my bathroom. For no reason, just being mean. Well, I'm going to get you fired. And I'm going to tell everybody that they shouldn't work with you. And what would she say? She's stealing. Or, yeah, she was stealing or she was being sassy. But again, how do you deal with the demon? Here's someone that feels like they can put their foot on you. They feel like they can say anything to you. They feel like they can treat you any kind of way. They feel like they can lie on you if they want. They can cry on you if they want. The kids can suck on you if they want. They can buck on you if they want. I mean, but you're supposed to be compliant. Oh, it's okay for you to steal my stuff and take my kids and give me yours. Oh, it's okay for you to, get me fired from all the jobs and call around the whole city and state and even the government to all your friends and tell them that I'm not workable. Oh, it's okay to take my kids out of my home and make them work for you. And you want me to train them. Oh, that's okay. Oh, sure, I'm compliant. I don't want to lose my job and never ever be able to work again. I'm just going to put on a smile and be a good nothing. Thank you. Thank you so much. No. So people have attitudes. People want to be creative. People don't want to be servants. People don't want to be boxed in and defined and having a box checked all the time. We're free. What's the problem? But because you had the audacity to say so, now you're a problem. And they must call around and say you're lying and you're stealing. And you're being combative. The girl said in the video for the dummy that gets under my comments, she's young. You can see it in her face. She's just bad. I mean, we didn't even see the whole story. I mean, I watched the video. I mean, how come it's, like, we don't even, I mean, I saw the video. And here's the thing. These people will tell you to do stuff. It doesn't matter who they are. I have nothing against them, Leanne folks. I don't care about that. This is systematic. These people came over here to this country and they just all like little kids got together and said, we got to lie. We got the law enforcement on our team because they all came with us. And their instructions are to protect us from y'all in your own community that we took over. So when we call them, they know they're here for us. They came with us. These are not natives. These are our people that came with us. These are our security guards against our theft and egregiousness against God. So when we say you guys are lying or stealing, they come and get you. Pretty much. And why are they lying? Because they're lying. They stole stuff and they were trained to lie. Why are you calling us for this person? Because they were stealing. But why are they lying? Because they were trained to lie. Nothing happened. So they have to lie if they call the police, right? You all are slow. And again, it's always the little kids that ain't had no experience in these little cities with somebody just calling them the N-word. When folks literally, and still are in some cases, up under a real system and have been for 50 years or more, where you're literally locked into a box that says not workable, not hireable, not trustable, not worthy. But you get the new kids that ain't figured it out yet. And hopefully it'll end with me and others. They're still bopping around. Well, I don't think it did it because they ain't figured it out yet. And you're steady telling them. Because you were there when those marches were happening or just coming off the brinks of Martin Luther King. You were there when they were hosing people down with water things and lynching and all that. You saw this all every March and whatever else. And we still see it, but it's not like it was. So these little watered down new kids, well, I don't think it's ignorance. Once again, this has been systematic even up to Emmett Till. There was no reason for that lady to lie like that. Now, what fool wants to sit up there? Well, how do we know he didn't lie? We read the book and it said that again, I think people need to shut up. Then nobody act. These people, these employers, and it don't matter the race. You got all kinds of people that's just ignorant, like I said in my comments. They'll tell you to, okay, well, go to HR and do this and do that, and then come back. By the time you get to HR tell you to go punch out, and because it'll be at the end of the day just saying, well, go ahead and punch out, and then come back to this office. And you do that. And then by the time you turn on your phone, because they're so dogmatic and controlling, you come back from HR and get ready to go do something else, like they said, whatever they said. And now they're saying, don't even worry about punching out. No, I already did. Well, just leave now. Well, I'm supposed to go back to HR. No, just leave now. And this is the part they catch on camera. And then you get them little folks that's under 35. Well, I mean, and she said, they told me to punch out. Now, I've seen several women do that. And I thought, just leave. Don't worry about it. But here's the thing legally. And this is what happened to me several times. If they're antagonizing you so much, and they're like, they don't even have to talk to you, really. Oh, well, just don't even worry about it. Just leave. You don't have to punch out or anything. You do that. Do you not know I have not gotten my check from several jobs, that last check? Because it was an abrupt firing or harassment where I didn't even feel safe. Everywhere I've gone, grocery stores, jobs, just driving, walking. Well, it's been okay walking. But driving, people literally like move. No, don't turn. Just go straight. If I'm doing grocery delivery, if I was you, I'd just leave big, tall, goofy Forest Park Walmart guy. I'm like, sir, what did I do to you? But they paid him to do that for no reason. Oh, they probably said I was stealing. They did. They were saying I was stealing. But then again, you get these new babies that ain't been through nothing yet because they don't live in the South, not from the South. Well, I don't think, when I watched the video, I wish they shut up. They don't have experience. They don't have no knowledge. People are telling you what's happening, and your brain dead, unawakened body, brain cells. Well, I like to have an open mind. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. And here's the thing. Because there are no real voices right now on a large platform like Martin Luther King was, everybody's free to think whatever. But it was very obvious Martin Luther King wasn't walking and talking because, he thought that maybe, it wasn't no evidence of people being prejudiced and getting people fired from jobs and getting them homeless and killing their kids and putting them in slavery, calling them housekeepers and nannies and housewives or wife mates, whatever. And you're telling these kids, baby, this is and well, I mean, we don't really see the whole. We weren't. Shut up, please. Just shut up. Just shut up. Please shut up. Keep it to yourself. Oh, if you say it, I'm gonna advise the people that know the truth. Leave these little kids out here, because in about 20 years they're gonna figure it out. I promise you. 30, 35, they'll figure it out. In these 20s, we're not even gonna discuss it. Keep living. That's all. I keep living. Because guess what? I think every Black person experiences it when they get to a certain age. If you're in your 30s, it ain't hit you in the forehead yet. So keep talking. Well, I saw the whole video and I don't. Keep living. Keep living. And remember your comments. I hope you take a snapshot, put it on a t-shirt. Because I promise you, you're going to put that circle around there with the line going through the red. Keep living. It amazes me. All kinds of folks. Well, the one guy, he said, how can you call it ignorance and you weren't there, blah, 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 blah. And she could have stole something. I think people just need to be accountable. And this little girl said the same thing. So age is just a number. This is not to disrespect anybody, but the truth is, if you haven't experienced it, you probably should shut up. That's what I think. Because this young girl at 22, she was shocked. But she handled it well. I would have done the same. They told you to do one thing. They told her to punch out. She said, you just told me to punch out. And like rabid dogs, here they all are like a little pack of wolves. Well, no, you don't have to punch out. What's the purpose of all of that? And you never heard them say she stole something. You all never heard them say, yeah, she stole something. And y'all still over here, well, maybe she didn't steal anything. I mean, we really don't know. And shut up. Just shut up. They just wanted her off the property. And even if she did steal something, so what? Why is y'all chiming in? She says she didn't. Here goes some other little brain. Some Sherlock Holmes. Well, she said from this place. Oh my goodness. So again, this is a systematic thing. This is tribal land, all of the United States that they renamed. Hawaii, Alaska. These are places they conquered for what? Greed. There's no need for them to have to take all these places. They're trying to get Mexico. Mexico's like, we're already free. Don't even do that. And this is the war with them. They were on their way to get Mexico. Mexico's like, we good. And I believe that's why Canada got their gates up. Like, you took Alaska. You trying to take us too? We got gates up. You got to come in at the door. At the gate. You can't just drive up on no boat over here. They literally got a gate up. And some little kid went through it. And the parents are looking like, our child is over in Canada. Through this fence. That's a turnstile fence. Who do you call in this case? Exactly. I don't know. This was tribal land, the entire United States, Hawaii, Alaska. These were native land, tribal lands. People came over here. I'm sick because I keep getting sick. I keep getting this shot. Get sick. Hair won't grow. They're still harassing some people, calling it an experiment, and everybody is susceptible. I don't know if they're scared of these people. I'm not. They want you dead. If you look native, you should be gone. I don't know if it's a reminder. You're one of the kids that own part of Chicago, like the downtown area. There are people that are here that still own property and you'll never know it because they want you dead. And this is what I'm saying. And why would they want you locked up saying you're stealing from Walmart and that you're stealing from your job and that no one can trust you? Is it because you own something and they don't want anybody to know? And you're supposed to get documents saying that you own something in Chicago, if not the whole thing, your family owned this part of Illinois, or maybe they owned all of Illinois, but they put all these systems in where they have governors and mayors, and you're just, homeless, huh? You're just homeless. You can't even get Section 8. And you're always sick because you're supposed to die, but you won't. Could be. And then you got these little babies that just got here. Oh, well, maybe she did steal something. I mean, we don't know. Again. And you're sitting here going, I've never stolen anything. But I guess because you're homeless, do I look hungry? I just ate a big bowl of chili chow with rice. Lord, it was, Now I know how to cook. My husband going, my family. Thank you, Father. So my point is, I don't hate anybody. But it is very clear that there's a system of people lying on you and getting you kicked out of things. I promise you, I've never done anything to people at Walmart and they just rose up. And I mean, things have been happening my entire life and I never understood. But it really amped up around 2012. But 18 was off the chain. Off the chain. Every job I apply to, they'll say, oh, yeah, come on down. You're really qualified. Good. And then, there's a freeze. Who has the power to freeze a job? Now, if I get something like, and remember, I'm injured now. I've been in accidents for no reason. I get headaches when I eat stuff. Like if somebody putting poison in my food, and why is anybody close to me enough to put stuff in my food and my products? Soap, body wash. What? Why? Why can't I just have peace? Why do I feel like somebody's putting things in my personal stuff? Why? Why are my clothes missing? Why are my shoes damaged all the time? Like they want me to look raggedy. Why can't I make work? And then if I ask for money, somehow it's like I'm not talking. I have other people, oh, donations, thank you for the donations. Thank you, y'all. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for, and I'm like, oh, they were stealing my mail. Okay, that's what it was. Okay. And maybe to you guys, my links aren't visible. Nobody ever said anything. But I see that the websites, like now, it could be 4.2 billion people watching me out of 8 billion. And it will only show 5. So I know it's really just them playing with people that may be native. They don't want you to be seen because you're supposed to be dead. They were told, somebody was told that they had killed you. And maybe they don't want to kill you, or maybe it's just a game because you know they've been stealing your blood. I mean, let's just keep it real. This is a nation for natives. And everybody else are flooded in. They've made their own systems. They've made their own rules and laws. And we were like, okay, whatever. But then they were like, well, we need to get rid of y'all. Because we're not sharing. We just gorilla pimping. We taking it. Now y'all can sit on the edge of the sledge and look at us and get with it because we feel we're innovative. You know, we got clothes, we're intelligent, we have processes and all that, and we're criminals. And we must apply our criminal skills. And that's what you got. It was corrupt from the get-go by killing people and just discarding their lives and their children and their goals and dreams, and then making yours come true. And then acting like we're stealing because we still have the ability to go out and work and produce things as God created it. So now I'm stealing. But I've never been to jail, never been tried. But you have a whole list in the city of Chicago or the state or in the government where someone can literally put me on a, don't hire her for help. We call her stealing. We don't want it. But I ain't been tried, right? See what I'm saying? They could literally cause this girl to lose all of her freedom and never ever get another job. And you got the ditzy dummies in the comments everywhere. Well, we really don't know. We weren't there. And you should just shut up and keep living. Because if and when it happens to you, then you'll be sitting on the clock trying to figure out, why can't I get a job? And there was and you hear these people because see, they don't know. That's why you call it ignorant. Bus driver, get on the bus. The man gets on. He was like, hey, can I get a ride? She was like, I gotta work every day. You hear this all the time. I gotta work every day. I work hard to get what I got. And I got a big nice to do what I got because I work hard. And it's like, I work hard too. And everywhere I go, I do all kinds of stuff where I don't even need a license. And I tell people, I'll do that for you. Do you not know they've gone around? I don't know if they're watching me, but they go behind me. Like I'm putting out flyers and things. People braid hair, because I'm trying to make income. I could do several things. Every avenue is blocked. Social media people ain't doing nothing and they're making a lot of money. I'm doing a lot, so I think, oh, that's not good enough. Oh, that's not good enough. Oh, we can't use that. Oh, right now, I got 964 people. I'm surprised it went from 62 to 900 something. And somebody's slowing it down. See, it's 964 for subscribers. It very well could jump back down to 800. They do it all the time. Views, people are watching my views. Now, it says shorts views. I've had so many views, I've calculated it, and they'll say, that's not valid. That's not valid. That's not valid. Oh, that's just for vanity. Because I was rocking it in the shorts. Now, I'm not even trying to be on their platform. I'm not trying to get any endorsements, but I like to achieve 1,000. I'm not going to make any money. It's just for my own vanity. It's no big deal because I'm going to heaven mostly. But I like to spread the gospel, and I thought this was a great way. They blocked it. I go to Facebook. Somebody's stealing, actually. From 2012 to 2019, they will not have any stats for that. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not available. Somebody was stealing and probably still is. And a lot of you guys are probably experiencing it. You just haven't checked. You don't know. I don't know. And then I go to Facebook. Somebody put their name on my thing. So I cut it off. I turned off professional mode. Then I turned it back on. So it's reset. Because somebody was stealing. When you hit 5,000, you're supposed to be able to make money. But somebody made my account where I'm not invited to anything. Oh, tell us why you're interested and we'll consider. Doesn't mean that you will. All that. Stars, people can send money, but they don't. And the few pennies that they did send, I don't see it. It stopped like 2023. Who is blocking all my money? Somebody's been stealing. So again, you got people that are being stolen from, their children, their lives, their livelihood, their business. I started a business. I went on Facebook where I made the website. You can't use that. I said, I'm going to leave this to you and God. I'm going to let God handle you because I'm not going to be going back and forth with folks about stuff I created that God gave me. I created another business. It's called Glassy Gal, which is, no, it's not here. It's on Facebook. And somebody stole that idea and they're steady upgrading it because I keep talking about it. And they're steady selling the product. I can still get to heaven. I'm not stealing. I wrote a book. I think they took it over to Europe, Building Nations, and it's in French. And they're making a lot of money. But it's plagiarized. It's from Monroe. What is his last name? Black man? He's a writer. He's a speaker with Les Brown and all of them. I want to say Marilyn Monroe. Let me see. Why can't I think of his name? Anyway, I wrote the book. It was my story. I plugged it in. Here's the secret. If you find something you connect with and you love it and God gives you inspiration, the smartest people I've ever met were the people in the church that said, we've laid the blueprint for you guys in church, in God. We've written books. It was several men. I could think of 3, at least 2. We've written books. We've done various things. We've set up churches. You see how we run it. It's a model. It's just like we're duplicated. We got our own span naturally. But the model is set. Just follow it. Even in books, they did. One man was from this one group. And he was broke. He was 18, just got married. Really off the street. But he just got God. No, not yet, because he was stealing. People steal. But he took this man's book that he wrote. We probably never even read it, but he took it. And whatever he got from however he got it, verbatim, is that the word? He wrote the book. Put his name on it. Same title. He probably would have used the same name if it wasn't for shame. Scratch my head. My wig. And a man came to him and said, hey, young man. Because these were older men. And it's really all scripture. That's the point. It's really Bible. It's just the inspiration that God gave it for you to write. And he was like, congratulations on your new book. I read it. And he looked at him. He's like, yeah. Very fascinating book. Yeah. Sounds a lot like mine. Yeah. Verbatim. Yeah. Well, good job. I mean, congratulations. Thank you. Pretty flattering. I hear my couch on the wall. Anyway, congratulate him. Still making money off of it. This man is elderly. The other man's probably going on, I don't know. But my point is, these were the people that said, we've made the blueprint for you. Just use it. If you're modeling the church, use the model we've set. You guys have sat with us long enough. We're going off the scene. We need this to continue, right? We've written books. Use it as a model. So, for those that don't know, to avoid plagiarism, if you see something that you enjoy or something that you need, this, I hope, is not illegal. Pay attention. Put your spin on it. We all have opinions. We all have experiences. And I say stick to your experience and leave everybody else alone. People tell you what they experienced, that's what it is. If it's something different, God knows. Okay? But I don't think people are just sitting here lying. And people that have never been through racism or been a part of it, like their family lineage, where people literally steal your property and put you out on the street, and grandma too scared to say, no, we ain't doing that. And then all y'all get rinsed out. And then y'all trying to figure out what happened because somebody stole your land and she just didn't know how to speak up. She was taking some itty bitty payments. So y'all moved to some other little spot, but where you live belongs to you and your kids. But you don't know that because grandma never mentioned it. She just let them rinse her off. Grandpa, well, they took grandpa probably. And she never opened her mouth and said, hey, somebody's trying to steal from us. We need to fight. No, she went with the program. Just be quiet. Hey, cops. We don't want to have to call the cops, so just leave. I've gotten that before. It's like, why am I leaving? If I were you, I'd leave. Like, who are you? Am I supposed to be scared? I'm not doing anything illegal, right? So sometimes these people, for whatever reason, maybe they were threatened. They didn't stand up for whatever was yours or theirs or ours. And you are trying to figure it out. I say consult God. But when you're writing your story, if you see a story or a book that's relatable, not something you just stole and you're going to go and write it before somebody else write it. I was writing this book and they stole it before I even picked it up. Before I even finished that. So it's really plagiarized because I was copying Mr. Monroe. But they said, use our books as models. So I took the parts that related to me that was very powerful from a video that was done, like a summary about it. But I added my pure story because it was relatable about being leaders and being effective. These clowns took it. They ain't leaders. They're not effective. They're just thieves. Don't matter the race. And they took it. And I think they took it overseas like clowns and produced it. Like I wouldn't find out. But God knows. And this is why these ugly ragamuffins are going to go down in history. Those trash bags. They're throwawayable. They could have threw your kids away in the trash. And this is why God is going to cleanse. Now, let me finish this. I took the parts of the story that literally resonated with me, which is why I was writing about building nations. Because there's going to be another world. Not like any before, in a sense. This is the coming of the Lord. They were waiting on the coming of the Holy Spirit. It came during Matthew. Okay? We're waiting for the new heaven and earth, I believe. I think that's the phase we're in. So, humanity is going to cut off. So there's going to be a lot of lineages that were not of God that will not produce again after this. There won't be no grandma lines and nothing past whatever this is. It won't be anymore. It won't go past whatever is here for that family line. Gone. Non-existent. People probably won't even mention it. May not even remember the family at all. Why? Because they were evil. They didn't serve a purpose for God. Stealing, killing, destroying. Why are they here? You will be back. You have plenty more offspring, your family. Again, we have lines and lines and lines, and all of us are from God. That's why we're related. All humans are related to God. Regardless of what anybody says, God made us all. So, all the people before you, from the beginning of time, all the way down to now, there's probably 3, 4, 5 generations, some people right now, no more than 5 of 116 years old is the oldest I've heard, maybe 121. So some of these people don't have kids. Maybe they all passed and they outlived all the kids, whatever. Grandkids, whatever. But some people, right after this little group, ain't gonna be no more. It won't be anymore. It will not be any more family. I was looking at the Hitler family. They all died off in the early 2000s. There's any offspring, only God knows. I doubt it. They could have changed their names, but I don't care. But the immediate, I don't see any of those. And it happens. Yeah, and this is all because of their own undoing, their own sins, their own greed, whoever. But you will produce, just like we had those old history stories or pieces of paper saying who great-grandma was, great-grandma. It's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going. Some people, buck stops here. It just stops here. So I won't get overly involved in all of, I mean, it's good to be, part of the circus. Chime in, whatever. But the story resonated. I wrote on it because I like leadership. I like good things. I believe I will be part of building a new nation. I don't know why. I feel like I'm going to be a part, me and my daughters and whatever other children I have, we're going to be a part of building the new nations. There's going to be desolate places, and they will go to us to build. Period. And it will keep going. And I'm going to be in every line, dot, and person. I'm going to be in every person going forward. Integrity, trust, judgment, righteousness. I love it. It's just me. I'm a good person. And again, today we don't have people that are able maybe to stand up like Martin Luther King. I mean, think this man was 39 when they shot this man down. I didn't know he was that young because I always saw black and white videos of him, pictures. And I was right off the cusp of him dying in 68. I was born in 74. But it was so fresh, they were still playing all of the videos and pictures and all the stuff that happened. And and you were overwhelmed with all of the times you saw people say, she was stealing. Take her away. Emmett too. There's so many stories of it. And you still got these new babies. Well, I don't, and you see the older people ain't doing all that because we know. Well, and it makes me sick. But please start my comments with it. Because, again, I'm old enough to understand that people do this even today. It's getting worse because they just knew the New World Order was going to block all the natives out. Kill them off, get them all locked up in the psych ward. We could steal their blood and then discard of them and their kids. Like a real genocide. That was the whole thing. If certain people get out of office that are not black, they look like, but they ain't. They was gonna snatch all the mamas and kids apart, which they started on me early. Snatching me and my kids apart and doing weird, ratchet stuff. But this was going to be massive. It was going to be massive. All the mothers were to separate from the kids. They'd already ran the fathers off and paid them to run away like little girls with their mammies. and sisters. And that's historical too. And all they needed to do was to separate the kids from the mama. You know, this is not God. This is a nation that's supposed to be built on families, marriage, solidarity, prosperity. And these people from these other places have come over here. Well, we need to separate the mama from the kids so we can sex traffic and we can get their blood and we can scalp them and sell their hair. Don't be surprised if some of you guys are struggling with hair problems. It is because you have a certain type of hair and blood where people get it transplanted to them. So they don't want you to have it. So whenever your hair grows, mysteriously, while you're combing, it gets in your brush and you don't get it out right away. Somebody comes and collects it all of a sudden. And you ain't got no hair but other people because they're doing transplants with your stuff. Call it crazy. They're using your blood to heal because you got some magical indigenous blood. True. You wonder why you're anemic? Because they're still in your blood. I told my daughter, do not do these little stupid trials. And she did. All of a sudden, she's sick. All of a sudden, I can't talk to her. All of a sudden, her sister's missing. Tell me if you see my kids. But see, you're in a city where people. So who's going to tell you that some people got your kids somewhere and did something stupid? God. God said, lean back. I got you. Because these going to be the people that's going to be missing. These are the people that are not coming back. These are the people that when they go, folks go. They ain't going to be no more of these demons. They can't be killing and stealing folks that ain't bothering them. Now, they done it before, but the buck stops with you. Your hair is going to grow. Your children are blessed. You're healthy. Your kids are healthy. You guys are fine. And you will be here over and over and over. I'm going to make sure your spirit inhabits a body. You 3, 4, 5, however many. And you all will be blessed and you will continue to come because you guys are not troublemakers. You guys are not against me. And I love you. God says he loves the people that love him. He loves everybody. But he loves the righteous. Oh, she tried to say she righteous now. I speak for myself. It's the words of my testimony and the words that come out of my mouth that I'll be judged and blessed. Until next time. Judge yourself and speak for yourself. And make sure it's the truth. And leave everybody else's business alone. Now, we know social media like to chime into everybody else's business. That's great. Have your opinion. But when it all boils down, God knows the truth. And you should know too. Be on the right side of everything. History, righteousness, doing right, everything. Law. Be good, be blessed. That's all I can say. Be good, be blessed. God is going to make sure that even if you pass, you're coming back. Now, clock that, as they say. What? Don't forget to subscribe.